by our bloggers or authors are of their opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, municipality, individual, or anyone or anything.
He's a surgeon. He's a 100-ton boat captain. He's a lieutenant on Seaside Heights Beach Patrol in New Jersey. He's a member of the Coast Guard Auxiliary. He's Dr. Michael Kachmar. Need answers to your medical questions? We have them. Listen in to hear latest on medical topics related to all that and more.
Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Michael Kachmar. Welcome to our show. We actually had some technical difficulty before our first show. We had no volume.
Yeah, no volume at all.
So now we have volume. Today's date is May 10th, the year of our Lord 2024 AD. We have Jeremy here, and Jeremy is... good. We're just testing. So I'm a board-certified reconstructive foot and ankle surgeon. I've been in practice for 30 years. I'm on staff at multiple hospitals. And we have a medical surgical practice, but we right now, we have the show. It's called Scrubbing Up. We've been doing this for about 3-4 years now. Yeah. We talk about medicine, but also sometimes politics. And Jeremy brought this point up about abortion, how it looks like this is going to be a big thing in the 2024 presidential election. Yeah, presidential election. Jeremy, just go what was the statistic that you talked about? How many people are going to make this a one
they're saying
topic?
That, and this is all over the platforms. I mean, this is from taken right from
one issue vote. Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, 3 out of 10 New Jerseyans are saying that whoever they vote for, abortion is going to be the main topic they listen to and choose who they're going to vote for based on.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to just touch
3 out of 10.
Right. So we're going to talk about abortion, and the title of our show today is "Abortion: Just the Facts." So let's just talk about what you have in the state of New Jersey after Roe v. Wade was overturned in, I think, 2022. So first of all, I want to make it a vast view.
Take a step back.
So the way I see it, you have abortion with no restrictions. That's the state of New Jersey today, no restrictions whatsoever, and we'll go into that. Then you have another category: abortions. None, no exceptions, no nothing. So the opposite. No abortion, period. Yeah. And then you also have what's more common is that abortion with some exemptions or exceptions. Yeah. Now, if you look at most of the states with abortion laws that are pretty liberal, it's vast majority of the population in the United States. I mean, California, New York, New Jersey. Okay, what were you going to say, Chairman?
I was going to say, where I got that information, it said that for New Jersey, we are, can you put it back on where we were?
What are you talking about? This thing?
Yeah. We are no restrictions, but with new permissions.
What do you mean new permissions?
Well, I mean, like what we were talking about here. I'll read it. I keep forgetting we just did this on the other show. We just did. But for the state of New Jersey, it says legal with new, not permissions. Legal with new protections. Okay? That's the term that's given to us.
Yeah, protections for the women.
No. So there's no gestation limit. But then it says here, state law protects abortion throughout pregnancy. Okay? A 2022 law shields those seeking or providing abortions in New Jersey from laws in other states. So if you get an abortion or you're giving abortions here in New Jersey will protect you against other states, the laws that take, in other states, if they try to come and get you.
So let's because we're gonna let's just talk about what the law is in New Jersey. And if anybody disagrees with me at this point, certainly let us know. Right now. So number one, there is no limit as of today that I look at the statute. There's no limit on when you could have an abortion during your pregnancy. There's no limit, no exceptions. So in other words, if you're 23 weeks, in your pregnancy and you're healthy and the baby's healthy, you can have an abortion in New Jersey. Okay, that's the way I read the statute. If I'm wrong, I stand corrected, but this is how it's been. Okay, so you could have an abortion anytime.
No waiting, and in many cases, no cost.
So now there's no waiting. There's absolutely no waiting. So you could have it if they could accommodate you today, you could have it today. Also, you could get pills. You could go telemedicine. You could have medication abortion.
We were talking about that earlier, and I said, that just seems like a.
You get as many pills as you want.
It's a reason. Right? I feel like it's a reason to keep on getting more abortions because it's okay. I have this pill. It just gets
all right. Well, listen. Let's not go into that yet.
But I feel like that's more of a preemptive decision.
Right. But let's talk about the facts. We don't know if people will do that or not. That's your opinion, and but we don't know
a prescription for it.
I know, but we'll talk.
It happens more often. Right. You'd like.
But the bottom is, you could get a prescription telemed. You don't even have to have an appointment. That's okay. Yeah. The next thing is, if you are under 18, you could get an abortion any age. Now, listen to what we're saying here. If you're 12 years old, you could consent to the abortion on your own. You don't need parents' consent. You could consent and sign it for your own. Okay? I want to repeat that. So there's a minor, 12, 13-year-old could get an abortion, and the parents don't have to know about it. Also, in the state of New Jersey, the New Jersey Health Plan, Medicaid, which is a state welfare Medicaid program, will pay for abortions. So your taxpayer money will pay for state-funded abortions in New Jersey. Okay? Now, and some other private insurances too. So if you got a girl who's 12, 13 years old, she wants to get an abortion, she don't have the money. I don't know where a 12, 13-year-old is going to get the money. State of New Jersey will pay for it. And again, they don't have to, talk to the parents. Now, does that happen in reality? Nobody tells me anything different. Also, another fact is that New Jersey has the second most late-term abortion clinics in the United States.
We're talking about a lot of people are for or against, and then there are that other half that are for no matter what stage the pregnancy.
Right.
So it could be 9 months. This baby's about to come out.
Right.
And at that point, I feel like and again, I know this is just personal stuff, but at that point, you're kind of killing.
Well, here's the thing, though. The argument on the other side would be, well, the mother's life. Say at 23 weeks, 24 weeks, the baby starts to die, and the mother's life is at jeopardy. Yeah. Okay, we're not talking about that. We're talking about a healthy baby and a healthy mother. The law in New Jersey is you could have that baby aborted. Now, a lot of people on the internet will say, Kachmar, you're crazy. Nobody does that. Nobody's getting an abortion after 6 months. And my thing is, well, if that's the case, then why do we change the law then?
And they do.
Here's the thing: the facilities, these specialty hospitals, which are, the other way I read the law, and I wish a lawyer would come on here and talk to me about it, but the way I read the statute, and again, I'm not a lawyer, but they don't have to report the abortions. So a lot of these facilities, and there's over 750 facilities in the state of New Jersey, I don't think they all have to report how many abortions they do.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a law too.
Yeah, you said that.
That's a statute.
You said that the first time we did this, and I said to you that was a very unique observation. That why would they need such a thing? Because normally how these things go, that would be something they'd be fighting for, But they've already got that. So we don't have to report stuff. We can do whatever we want, and we have nobody looking over our shoulder.
I have a
that just me seems like a red flag, doesn't it to you?
Yeah, I have on X, my Twitter account. I have a lady who I just cited the state statute. That's all I did. I didn't give opinion one way or the other. Yeah. And she said, well, according to what this woman, and people agreed with her, is that a fetus is no more than a tumor or a parasite in her mind. A tumor or a parasite. And I was going
to say this with last show, but I never did. See, I can see some young, hotshot little doctor right out of med school saying, well, if we consider a fetus and what it actually does to the human body.
Right.
It's easy to say that it is actually adopting a lot of things that, like an alien virus
Yeah.
or thing,
yeah.
you know, and that's just you're
Right,
making
right,
excuses. If you look hard enough at anything, you're going to find things that you want, and it's going to help your argument.
Right.
And that's what I think that kind of was.
Right. Listen, you know, so here, you know, I don't know how we could cross the name out here, but I just went on the internet.
If we can remove that name or not show it, that would be good before I switch it over.
Let me just see something. Yeah, just to keep talking. So what?
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
No, but I mean, it just feels to me like that's definitely.
Well, I'm going to read this. So
Yeah,
we
go
won't
ahead.
show this. I'm
We
just
won't
going to
show
talk.
it,
Yeah, I don't want to show it. So I pulled up one of the facilities in New Jersey. There's got the phone number. This is up in North Jersey. I don't want to say the name. I don't want to, you know.
Yeah.
So this is it's called blah 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 Medical Associates.
To protect the innocent.
Okay. Right. So this is right now. This is today. I pulled this up right now. And this is October. This was put out October 23rd, 2023. Okay? This was a post. So your comprehensive guide to third trimester abortions in New Jersey. Okay? So about 33% of women in the U.S. have had or will have an abortion during their childbearing years. Less than 1% of pregnancy terminations happen after 21 weeks of gestation, so there are even fewer in the third trimester. This guide to third trimester abortion in New Jersey is designated to help you understand the reasons a patient may need the procedure after 24 weeks, as well as provides important information for anyone considering an abortion at a late term. Okay, that sounds okay. Let me see. So why do women need terminate pregnancies in the last trimester? Based on a study by a professor at the Department of Obstetrics, Gynecology, and Reproductive Sciences, I don't know what to say her name is, they interviewed 28 cisgender women, whatever that means.
Cisgender is.
I understand.
That they,
right.
but for the people listening,
Listen,
they believe that they were.
Right.
They were.
Right. Well, here's the deal.
They're okay with the sex they were given when they were born.
Right. Here's the thing. The only people who could have a baby is a woman. Sorry, but that's another. Okay.
Yeah.
Have an abortion during. Okay.
Coming from a doctor, I gotta feel
right.
that you know what you're talking about.
Right. So that had an abortion during week 24 and 35 of pregnancy, and there are two main reasons. They said they had late-term abortions either received new information that affected their decision, or there were barriers to the procedure before they were able to have one done. Yeah. Now, let's dive into that. New information. For some participants, the new info was simply that they were pregnant. So you didn't know you were pregnant, and that happens until 23, 24 weeks. So they didn't know either and chose to terminate the pregnancy after finding out. Which means the mother's healthy and the baby's healthy. Okay? So this is new information. So the next is those who already know were provided with details about fetal health they didn't previously know. For example, one participant was told in her third trimester that her fetus had a major health issue, information that couldn't have been determined early. That's fine. That's different. We're talking about healthy baby, healthy mom. Now, barriers. This is another reason why people have a late-term abortion. Unfortunately, money is often a barrier for women when it comes to getting the health care they need, though not just for abortion. One participant experiencing homelessness at the time they found out that they were pregnant didn't have the money right then to terminate the pregnancy. But it says here, in many cases, state law and other obstacles such as stigma associated with abortion keep women from getting the care they need. Also, some women are denied abortion service for various reasons. The state of New Jersey will pay for it. Medicaid will pay for it. So let's go back here. Thankfully, this is what they're saying. In New Jersey, women currently have access to abortion throughout gestation, even past 24 weeks. Regardless of the reason for terminating a pregnancy, this is a decision that you should be able to make for yourself in collaboration with your women's health specialist. When it comes to women's rights, it's absolutely essential. Okay. So let me just see. Limits on abortion, your rights in New Jersey. New Jersey has its own set of laws and regulations regarding reproductive anatomy, and abortion laws are much less restrictive than most in other states. Abortion is legally permitted in New Jersey with no limit on the pregnancy stage.
So even after pregnancy, which is an after stage of
Mi-
pregnancy.
minors seeking an abortion in New Jersey do not need parental consent or judicial bypass or a legal process where a judge grants permission for the minor to have the procedure without parental involvement. So they don't need parental consent or a judge bypass. So they could get it without parental. There is no mandatory waiting period or consulting requirement before the abortion. 12-year-old girl wants to have an abortion. There's no wait period, and there's no mandatory counseling. Hear what I just said?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. Now, currently, New Jersey state law protects patients who come from out of state, like you were talking about, for abortion services, and recent legislation prohibits state officials from cooperating with other officials in states where abortion laws aim to prosecute patients seeking these services.
Yeah.
And let me
So
see.
not only are you going to get an abortion, but you're going to get some protection
Right.
too. I mean, that's a lot. I don't know. I don't know many states that offer that kind of package, but you might want to come to New Jersey. You know, lose your baby, but stay for a nice vacation.
Right.
Probably a nice.
So let's
It's a
just
nice place to live.
so-
Maybe not with families.
No,
but it's a nice place to live.
But let's just talk here. So the special procedure for third trimester abortion varies based on gestational age, the individual's health, the law, medical practices, the location, and where the procedure is performed, and other variables. One common method used for third trimester abortions is called dilation and evacuation, D&C. They do these in the hospital for years and years. And, basically dilates the cervix, you remove the fetus and place placenta from the uterus using a suction and medical instruments. Now, if you look at a 15-week baby, it looks like a human being, you know. Another method is induction abortion. In this procedure, which often takes place over multiple days, labor is induced to deliver the stillborn fetus after medication is given to terminate the pregnancy. So you kill the baby, and then you basically, I guess you give it medicine. But these are done in facilities. You have to come in, they start the process, and then they have to induce you. So and it's not done in a hospital. It's done in these facilities that they call them specialty hospitals.
But you do these. I don't know. I just don't understand how you can.
Well, let me make a couple points because I know you're aggravated. So here's the thing, the facts. This is called abortion facts. Okay, whether or not where you stand on this, the people are going to vote in New Jersey based on abortion rules and regulations, and I understand that they're afraid that it's going to be changed. I can tell you, the president of the United States, I doubt very much either president, whoever becomes president, Biden or Trump, is going to be able to change the abortion law. It's going to be in your own state. Okay? Right now, New Jersey has no restrictions. All right? And a lot of other states do. And I know there's other states that are looking to, do restrictions. But it's going to be...
Is it so much to ask a person? Like, listen, you can live your life, man. But there are precautions you take if you're going to have sex.
Right.
And that's all we ask of you. And you know what we're going to do? Because I remember this shit when I was a kid in high school, okay? We're going to make it so you can get those precautions anywhere for free.
Yeah.
All you got to do is come down to a Planned Parenthood or anywhere else. Make your own doctor, I'm sure. Or perhaps even pharmacies have little
and Jeremy,
like
that's all great.
But it's not a lot to ask for. See, what these people want they don't want just to be able to have an abortion when they need it without a hassle. They're looking toward the future and future abortions they plan on having. That's what they're protecting themselves about.
Yeah,
Because otherwise, listen, if you take the right precautions, you're okay. But these people are already saying, yeah, we know we're not going to take the right precautions. We're going to have these babies and we're going to want to get rid of them. So we're going to pretend that they're like an amoeba rather than what they really are.
But what about people who do take precautions? They're on birth control. They use a condom and they still get pregnant. It happens all the time.
What we've always said.
So what about there, though?
What you and I have always said from the start, there are extenuating circumstances.
Yeah.
Like, children of incest and all of that. If you forget to, I'm sorry. If you're an adult that can have sex, right? You don't risk that. I'm sorry. You don't.
Well, here's the deal.
And there's two of you. There's two of you that could be taking precautions.
Well, the bond.
So that's even more.
Right. Well, here's the deal. My opinion is this: that if you look at this, without being passionate and getting, the facts and matter are is this. I know it's, but about 10 to 15, 20% of normal, pregnancies abort. They have have a miscarriage the first trimester, which is the first, 4, 8, 12 weeks. I think that it's reasonable. It's a necessary evil to allow and to, have abortion the first 12, 15 weeks. No questions asked, But here's the thing, though. You should also, but let me finish. Okay. Let me tell you what I think, and then you could go off. I understand people are going to get pregnant. You can't say that you can't have an abortion because they're going to go get it in the back alley or somewhere else. And there are incest. If there's also, a woman might have 5 kids or 3 kids, and their husband, and they get pregnant, they didn't plan it. I could see the reason for it. Okay, yeah. I would wish we had another way to deal with it, but I think it's reasonable. And you're going to, destroy this country if if you're going to vote for somebody who for only that reason. So reality is that most likely this abortion thing is going to mellow out somewhere. My opinion, 12 to 15 weeks, and of course even late term abortions. If the mother is at 6 months or 23, 24 weeks, the baby starts to die, the mother's in jeopardy. Absolutely, But when I think there's a limit, and let me hang. There should be a limit. We should just, as a society, say, listen. At 23 weeks, sorry, Charlie, or 24 weeks, because that baby could survive outside the wound with hospital, 22 weeks. And if the mother's healthy and the baby's healthy, and just because all of a sudden you just found out you're that, and that, again, it happens, but you made a good point. Listen, if you're going to be having sex, you should be responsible. Mm-hmm. We should be giving out test kits all over the place for free.
Even if you don't need them right now.
And then test yourself. If you.
But like a test kit, but also a couple of condoms and
right. And the other thing is that I could get into this whole thing about the parents should be involved, that the father should be involved. That's another whole issue.
Spermicidal.
But how about having law? How about having statute where if you are pregnant and you're under 18, that you get counseling, that you are offered adoption, that, there's other things that could be done, okay? Not just go there and give you all of these, make it easy where, don't worry about it. You can have an abortion, we'll pay for it. In other words, where do we draw the line where we support it as opposed to, maybe, hey, think about it. What were you going to say? You hit something? Yeah, I thought.
I love words, okay?
Right.
I love words. And I love the words we use and we cling to. Okay.
Right. Go ahead.
And I just said one.
What was the word?
Spermicidal lubricant. Right.
Yeah.
So if we're going to call it spermicide,
right,
that's implying that we're committing suicide.
Yeah. Well.
To sperm before it's even.
Well, now you're going down a rabbit hole.
No. I'm not going down a rabbit hole, Mike. We are a country where we're making up words to prevent people from using their freedoms, okay?
Yeah.
Let's use better language then if we're going to talk about any of this.
I think that you have to, what I'm trying to put out to people is this, listen.
Because nobody thought about the sperm when they called it that.
No, but here's the thing. It's a necessary evil. When I have people on the internet saying that a fetus is nothing more than a tumor or a parasite.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Okay, that's just ridiculous. And so I see these young, Charlie Kirk is interviewing college students, and they say, to me, it's nothing more than a parasite and a tumor. That's just not, that's just off the Richter scale. But I also, don't like the people who are saying, no abortion, no exceptions, no nothing. That's not reality.
What's the usual end game for a tumor?
Well, it depends. Benign, you could leave it. I mean, you remove them. They could kill you. I mean, So if you're talking about a parasite or a tumor, it could kill you. It's not toxic. Listen, to equate it to a tumor is just stupid. I'm just talking about how crazy people are.
I'm just trying to make sure.
But
make sense of the stupidity.
I could tell you what I get on the internet. People say, Kachmar, late-term abortions are rare, so all you're making a lot of talk and stirring up stuff that's not happening. Well, there's 700. Stop.
Argued.
First of all, if that's the case, then why don't we pass the law to limit it? There shouldn't if there's not that many.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two is we should also. I mean, there's 750 facilities in the state of New Jersey, and also why don't we require every abortion, wherever it is done, to be registered.
Registered, written down.
So let's because we want to end this. So now here's the good news. Okay, go to my webpage. My iPad. So for people out there who are on the podcast, this is some legislation that's being introduced. Now this is being introduced. Jeremy, you're on my iPad, so don't do that for a minute. Just stay there. Stay away from it. So this is introduced. This is a bill, New Jersey Senate Bill 382. Senate Bill 382, introduced January 9th, 2024. Okay, not that long ago, and it's called the Pain / Capable Unborn Child Protection Act. Am I reading it right? See it up there, bill title?
Pain Capable Unborn Child Protection Act.
And this bans abortion 20 weeks or more after fertilization. Okay.
So
now,
is that now? You asked me if you were reading that right. It's the pain capable part that I'm kind of froze on.
well, what they're talking about is there's a push now. There's a saying that the babies, the fetuses could feel pain. That they have. You're hurting them. You're causing injury.
So if
you understand their pain.
They can feel pain, we should be protecting these unborn
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, but if you go, but listen, the statute is even more comprehensive.
I mean,
than that.
at this point,
Right.
I'll take anything.
What I want to do though is what I like. This is not law yet, and it may not ever become law. But I think that people should read this. So this is, and it's interesting bill. It's Senate Bill 382 in the state of New Jersey. So there are people pushing back now. So then you could make the argument. People saying, well, that's why I got to vote for Biden because they're going to change it. This has nothing to do with the federal government. This is state now. Get it through your heads. And as far as I can understand, the people I talk to, abortion now is going to be settled in the states. Unless you get, I guess the Senate and the Congress could pass law to try to make an amendment to the Constitution to allow abortion, and they allow it unrestricted. I don't know. So and then it would have to be passed by 2/3 of the states. So you're back to the states already. So I think the battles are going to be in the states, and I think that there's going to be reasonable laws. Now I don't know what most people in New Jersey want to vote, but it's going to be a bill. They're going to put it out, and really, what I prefer is let's have a vote. Why don't we put it on the next election? Have a special vote. Do you want to have abortions unrestricted, or do you want to have some restrictions?
So those
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but questions like that aren't for the people, my man.
Well,
that's for the politicians to decide.
Right.
Because the politicians, I don't care who you voted for, they're not going to like what you decided on.
And I understand all the nuances here because if you get a girl who wants to have an abortion, a woman at 23, 24 weeks, she just realized that she's pregnant. And that happens, because they're kind of heavy to begin with. They don't know, but again, I would say this. I think there should be a limit. Personally, I think at that point, that's heavy duty. That baby could survive. I would try everything in our power as a society to have that baby adopted, or maybe help that woman to have that baby brought to term. And maybe she could have it. Whatever. There's other things to be done. That's kind of heavy duty, and especially the state of New Jersey pays for it. So circling around, if you're going to vote, don't vote for either of these individuals, in my opinion, based on abortion, because right now, state of New Jersey, you have abortion, and they're not going to get rid of abortion in New Jersey. They're going to maybe put some exceptions to it, some limits to it. And I think states like Florida, who wanted to have the heartbeat bill, they're going to put it up for a vote. So people in Florida could say 20 weeks or 15 weeks. And New Jersey's talking about 20 weeks. So this is bans abortions 20 weeks. Let's think about wait. Stop for 20 weeks. That's how many months, Jeremy? 4, 8, 12, 16. I mean, 5 months, even think about it. We're sitting here and people going, oh my God, 20 weeks. That's friggin', I mean, right now it's unrestricted. Is there any limit to where a healthy baby, a healthy mom, I mean, come on, Jeremy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
go
I mean,
back to me. Go back to me.
To a degree.
Go back to me.
Mean,
Go back
it's
to
not much of a victory, I'll admit.
Well, it didn't even get passed
No,
yet.
from what I'm talking about here, it used to be there were two thoughts.
Yeah, I'm
okay?
listening, and then we'll
For or against. That was it. Okay. Now we're quibbling over terms, or
oh, I see what you're saying.
how many months, how many weeks, how many days.
There's not too many.
And, I mean, it's when is it okay to start stabbing away or not? I'd love to know what the people's motives were to begin with for anything, even down to the weeks. Wow, how about a day and a half?
Because Jeremy,
know?
here's the thing.
It's
If you want to be a purist and you want to say, okay, it's either all or none. There's life. It's reality. People are going. If you banned all abortions, it's not going to stop them. People are going to go into the back alley. People are going to have them done. Okay.
But look at you now. You're against, as I am, right?
Well, I think it's wrong, but I think you have to lie. Do I think? What about murder? What about going to war? Yeah, I mean, killing people is wrong, but
I'm not talking about
it's necessary evil.
Circumstances or anything. Those are given for people like us, and we've said them in the past.
Same thing with abortion. Okay. It's a necessary evil in certain times.
But my thought is that for people like us who don't really agree, what does it take for you to stop thinking about that and start quibbling over, well, okay, but maybe before this amount of time?
It's called compromise, Jeremy. It's compromise. That's how life is.
Compromise? I don't like that. I'm a nonconformist.
Well, what will happen, so Jeremy, if you don't compromise, you know what will happen is they'll vote politicians who give unrestricted.
Which is why nothing has changed.
Well,
no.
That's why.
Well,
no, it changes.
Come on, man. We're still arguing the points they did back in the '60s.
Yeah, but you're right. But
straight up,
what changed right recently in 2022 is that the Supreme Court kicked it back to the states.
The only thing I see that is considerably different is that the politicians that were arguing for it then are arguing for different shit today.
Well, yeah, but we got to understand, Jeremy, it's not with abortion. It's not just the politicians; it's people. There's a lot of people who want abortion. There's a lot of people who believe it's just a fetus. So if you believe
you're kidding yourself if you think those people are going to make any kind of decision as to what's going on. It's politicians.
But I understand, but I don't know about that. Listen, we have a democracy supposedly. So if the majority of people in this country want to have unrestricted abortions, then that's going to be the law of the land. What am I going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Nothing. What we could try to do is persuade and discuss in a logical way that what is the facts, and they should see. If you should see what it looks like with a 15 or 23-year-old, a 23-week fetus. It's a human being, and I think that as a society,
even less than that, Mike. If you're looking at something that's teeny weeny, itsy bitsy. Right? You need a microscope to look at it. But it's the old adage, if it smells like poop and it looks like poop, it's probably poop.
Yeah.
If you can using a microscope, blow that baby up, and you see a head and two eyes and two arms and two legs.
Jeremy, you don't have to blow it up. Look at a 15.
If it looks like a person.
Right.
It's probably a person.
If you look at a 15-week fetus, I have it on my what do you call it, X account. Okay. It looks like it's very it's a human being, and it looks, you could see what it looks like. I mean, it's there. Yeah. So that's not the point. The point is this. You make a point, and I want to end this right now. Here's the deal. You have unrestricted abortion in New Jersey. I don't know how it is in New York and California, but I'm very sure it's the same way. But there are legislation that's pushing it. I think we have a national discussion. But, when they talk about people who are going to vote, there's going to be, because, I think Taylor Swift and a lot of people, all these people, it's a big thing. I think they're saying that the college-educated women in this country are going to vote. They want abortion. They want it unrestricted. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I want all those people to understand that, if you're going to throw away your vote for somebody just based on abortion, you should rethink it. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe that, I don't think Trump is against abortion. I think he's reasonable, and I think the Republicans, just like the Democrats, years ago they said, abortion should be rare. It should be utilized only in certain situations, and we should also encourage adoptions. So that's where we're at right now. And when abortions, really became law, like in the 70s, it was a minority. It was used in Planned Parenthood. There was allegations that they were going to go after get rid of the minority people, and now, it goes back and forth. My point is that I just want to put the facts of abortion. State of New Jersey has unrestricted, and maybe they'll change it going down the road. And I don't think it's a tumor or a parasite. It's a human being. I don't want to get rid of abortion completely. I don't think that's going to be reasonable. And certainly late-term abortion, I don't want to say you can't have it, but there should be some exceptions. Obviously, at 23, 24 weeks, 25 weeks, if the mother's dying or bad jeopardy, but just because you find out that you're pregnant at 23 weeks and you're healthy and the baby's healthy, you just go to state of New Jersey, they're going to pay for it, and then that's crazy. I don't think that's right. That's just me.
What you're doing is what I do, and other people that believe as us. We have extenuating circumstances to our beliefs. Obviously, if there's something horrible, we're not monsters. That's the thing. Okay.
Right, and you shouldn't have to take that baby to term. You shouldn't have to take that baby to term
if it's a person without giving it thought.
Right,
so
right,
why
right,
wouldn't
right,
you
right.
do the same for a baby?
But I'll give you the other side of the coin. I just had patients in the other day. They were talking. They saw one of my podcasts, and they were commenting on it. And they said, that they had somebody, a woman was pregnant, and I don't know if it was this state or another state, but they wouldn't abort it. The baby was dead, and she had to carry it until she. That's that's crazy, and I don't know why that would be the case. Now that's why that's wrong too. You should be able to have that, a procedure done.
I met a pregnant woman online, and we fell in love. Big, long story. We were going to get married, and she slipped and fell in the shower one day.
Right.
And then she didn't feel the baby, and it turned out the baby died in her stomach.
Yeah.
Okay. And they made her, or they waited, they forced birth. Right. But then they dressed the baby up with a hat and everything and took a picture of the dead. The skin was peeling off. Right. We got a lot to think about in our lives.
Well, here's the thing.
What's right, what's wrong.
It's funny. If you look at the law, if a woman who's pregnant gets shot, you murdered two people. Anyway, listen. Just we want to just say that, I think it's in the states' rights now. I think that's where it should be. I think that, look at New Jersey. There are some legislations coming up.
States are run by politicians too.
Well, but people have a lot of power. The closer you are, I think this is good because the closer the laws are made, closer to the people, the better. Because then if the laws are made in the county where you live, that's called home rule. The closer to the people the law is made, the better. Yeah. It's better. I don't like it should be made in Washington, D.C. No, it's the states. And in fact, even, how about counties? The closer you are, people are going to do the right thing. I don't think anybody really wants to have it. Wait, stop. I don't think really anybody wants to have an abortion. But I think that, maybe we make it too easy and maybe we don't make it easy enough to not have an abortion. Okay? So there's different things. But I think we should, as a society, I'm not saying what's right, but we should really think about what we're doing. And New Jersey is an example of no guardrails. There's no guardrails to abortion. None whatsoever. It's not reported. You could have it with a healthy baby and a healthy mom all the way to the end. You could, if you're 12 years old, you don't have to have counseling. You don't have to, the state of New Jersey pays for it, you're a taxpayer. So, maybe we should really look at all that. Is that what we want for New Jersey, but also the whole United States? Or do we certainly, the other side of the coin is we don't want to have it where you can't have an abortion. That's crazy too. So there has to be a middle road. Anyway, we're going to get going.
You said that, in New Jersey, obviously the abortion, there's no restrictions whatsoever. Now, obviously, not everybody that lives here believes that. But what about the ones that do live here, like you and I? And our tax money is going to pay for these beliefs and stuff like that. We're living in a state that's pretty much force-feeding us hypocrisy because that's what we have to do just to be able to live here. Because then I know anybody listening on might say, well, you don't have to live there if you don't want to. But you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to get to with that, but it's a hard pill to swallow. Is my point.
Yeah.
No
Well.
pun intended.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's end it. Let's end it because I have to get going. All right. Listen, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Dr. Michael Kachmar. So this is Scrubbing Up with Dr. Michael Kachmar. I know we could go on and on with this, Jeremy.
Yeah.
But I just want to put it, abortion just the facts. That's the bottom line. Listen, if you want to get a hold of me, Jeremy, can you put up? It's drkachmar@icloud.com. drkachmar@icloud.com. You can send us an email. You could go to my webpage, JerseyShoreFootAndLegCenter.com, JerseyShoreFootAndLegCenter.com. We have Jeremy here. And again, listen, be kind, no violence. The laws have to go. I just think that, I want to put the facts out there. And I'm not criticizing. There's good people on both sides of this issue, very good people. I think the governor in this state is trying to do the best he can. Other people trying to do the best they can. But, if we're shouting at each other and yelling at each other, nothing's going to get solved. I'm just
okay
trying
to have a conversation about it.
Yeah. I mean, are you so damn sure that that baby doesn't feel anything or that's not life? And they say, are you so sure it's just a bunch of cells? I tell you, to me, it's life. Now, I also, don't like war. I don't, I couldn't imagine killing anybody, but if I get drafted and they send me to war to defend this country, I guess I will. It's a necessary evil, just like, so abortion, we don't want to put it in the back streets anymore, but we also, I think, experimented with it here, and I think it's way too crazy in New Jersey. But anyway, anything you want to add to that, Jeremy?
No, I think we did a good show.
So, Jeremy,
Twice.
So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Well, hopefully we'll do this once a week, getting back onto our schedule. Again, we're on YouTube, we're on Rumble, and please subscribe. I'm going to play this once more. Subscribe and like us. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, Twitch, and Spotify, and also Apple Podcasts. So listen to us, okay? Yeah, all right, Jeremy, let's sign us out.
All right.
See everyone. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
For more information about Dr. Michael Kachmar, please go to JerseyShoreFootAndLegCenter.com. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Take care
Jeremy.
now.